Hello, my name is Thomas Ferguson, and I attended the Am I a Good Person New Student Dialogue. The questions that are provided for me about the dialogue, I'm going to follow those as I answer them. I don't believe that my group achieved a true dialogue. The leaders of the group didn't really format it in a way that would engage us in a dialogue. They were very just kind of asked the questions, and then as soon as someone would give an answer, they would just go on to the next question. They never let someone else kind of state their opinion on the matter, which I understand a dialogue is not a debate, but I think it would have been a little more productive for the group had we have been able to kind of voice our opinions back and forth in a debate format. As for the people involved within the dialogue, there were several sort of active voices, but only like 4 or 5 people really talked the entire time. And they really just said the same thing over and over again. They would just phrase it in a different way, which I guess kind of helped the dialogue, but not in a really productive manner. It just kind of helped bridge the gap between one awkward silence to the next awkward silence, which there were quite a few awkward silences. Were there any passive voices in the group? Well, there were a lot of passive voices. I think we had 24 people, and out of that, I would say at least probably 16 or 17 people really just sat there the entire time and just waited for the 2 hours to go by. I myself was one of those people. I just kind of sat there and didn't really participate at all. Now that I looked back, hindsight's 2020, so I feel like I should have participated, but at the time, I really just wanted to get it over with. The topic, am I a good person, didn't really seem very kind of prevalent in my life, because I think it's a really vague subject anyways. It turned into a debate about religion and faith, is what it was. Which I understand that was also part of the topic, religion, morality, that kind of stuff. But it turned into a let's see how many faiths we can bash type of dialogue. And the general consensus was, if you're not of my faith, then you are not a good person and are wrong, which bothers me severely. I take no allegiance to a certain faith. I more agnostic. So it kind of bothers me when people who supposedly follow Scripture and follow Jesus Christ, or at least claim to, when they go and say, oh, well, if you're not part of my faith, then, your faith is wrong and all that. Well, I like to ask them, well, how do you know yours is the correct one? And everyone believes theirs is the correct one. So either everyone's wrong, or we'll never know which one is the true, correct faith. And I feel like this dialogue really sort of supported my thoughts on that matter. One of the stories that the leaders told us was there was a group of Islamic Muslims on campus one day on Library Bridge, and they were handing out the Quran, which is obviously the holy book of the Muslim faith. And people would take them and throw them in the reflection pond, which a large majority of students on campus would either be of a Christian faith, a Catholic faith, something along those lines. And so for them to throw a holy book in the water, well, had it have been Bibles thrown in the water, they would have been, completely outraged about this and would have demanded action. But nothing really came up of them throwing the Quran in the water, which bothers me a lot as well. So overall, I would say the dialogue really didn't really provide me with any sort of skills that would help me at Clemson. It just sort of turned into a let's see let's see how we can slander one faith and promote the other faith. So, thank you.